Thank you so much for joining us on another episode of Footpod. My name is Arjun Pandit. To my right is Floyd Pinto. To my left is Richard Hood. Two of the finest minds as far as Indian football and coaching in India is concerned. लेकिन इंडियन फुटबॉल के बारे में कोई बातचीत नहीं होने वाली क्योंकि यहाँ पे बातचीत होने वाली है प्रीमियर लीग की, वर्ल्ड फुटबॉल की। एंड अगर आप प्रीमियर लीग को फॉलो कर रहे हैं तो भाई देखिए, कल रात को जो मुकाबला हुआ आर्सेनल और मैनचेस्टर सिटी के बीच में, 1-1 से वो मुकाबला खत्म हुआ। और उस मुकाबले से पहले ही काफ़ी चर्चा शुरू हो गई कि भाई ये देखो, मिकेल आर्टेटा ने फिर अपनी बस निकाल दी है। बस के कंडक्टर को मेरिनो बना दिया है, मेरिनो के साथ डेक्लन राइस लगा दिया है, उसके साथ ट्रोसार्ड लगा दिया है, एज़ ए बेंच पे बैठा हुआ है। और वो जो फ्लॉयड हमारे साथ यहाँ पे इतना हँस रहे हैं, इट्स बिकॉज़ ही इज़ सेइंग हा हा, आई टोल्ड यू दैट। इफ यू गो बैक टू सम ऑफ आवर लास्ट conversations, we've had the same conversation as well. We're not going to focus so much on the result, but we'll focus more on the mindset of a coach. And since you have two coaches over here, कभी-कभी क्या होता है सोशल मीडिया पे हम ना पागल हो रहे हैं कि यार ये देखो, इतने खिलाड़ी हैं, इतना अटैकिंग इंटेंट आपके पास है, क्यों नहीं डाल रहे आप सिटी के पास? बट अगर आप कोच होते हो, आगे जाने का सोचता हो, और ज़रूर आपको सोचना होता है, लेकिन ज़िम्मा पीछे का भी आपको रखना होता है। So you've got to keep a lot of things in mind, especially when Manchester City and the kind of form Erling Haaland and the kind of counterattacks they've shown this season, you have to take all those things into mind and then decide your playing 11. Richard and Floyd with me. This is what we're starting with, guys. Floyd, what do you suggest? So the word online is that he's too afraid. He's too afraid to show all his cards. He's too afraid to go for the win. Sir, ये बाहर की कहानी है. Under, it can't be that you show all your cards also, na? You can't just pack up your team in a way where you're saying, I'm leaving you open to come in and attack. That too versus a City team. And you saw the kind of form Haaland is in. Before this game, during the game, he gave you another nazara of what kind of form he's in. Are you also on the same kind of bandwagon that he's too afraid? He's too afraid to open his cards.
See, there are two parts to having a look at this. One is we are trying to figure out what Arteta is trying to do this season.
Yes.
In what way is he shaping his team to eventually win maybe a Premier League or a Champions League? Because we said in his first couple of seasons, he was more closer to Pep and that style of play. Then he kind of started becoming very defensive and trying to stifle games and try to kind of stay in games when you're leading 1-0. And this is probably a season where he's transitioning into a little bit more attacking style by getting in players like Madueke, Eze in his team. And it's clear and this is a big game.
Yes, sir.
I for one wasn't surprised because in every big game, he kind of
He's-
thrives on he thrives on the fact that he has not lost in these big games. Barring the last game against Liverpool was one of the few times he's lost a big six game in a long time. And if you look at this the record with Manchester City in his
Yeah.
first it's in the last six games he has not lost.
Yes, I mean, the
Manchester
yes,
City.
yes.
Yeah, so that's now we are very very clear with respect to what Arteta does when he approaches these big games, which is with players like Merino, with players like a Trossard in the starting lineup, where you would say I would want to first achieve control in games,
Mm.
and then maybe in the second half, bring on the flair with Eze and Saka and try to get the points. Whereas in this game, the only thing that went against him was they conceded that early goal. So whatever was happening in the background in the build up to the game went against him because they conceded that early goal, and then he had to react at halftime. So if he wouldn't have done that at halftime, then you could have said, okay, what is this guy thinking? When you have someone like Saka on the bench, when you have someone like Eze on the bench, he brought them on in the second half. So uh, I for one am not surprised with what Arteta is doing. In fact, this game confirms this is what Arteta is going to do in his bid to win a title for Arsenal.
Being calculated,
Only-
right?
Yeah, calculative, very calculative, very calculative. And the only time where we can say this is working or not is at the end of the season when there's
Yes.
number of titles to nothing at the end. That's the only time you could say this worked or this didn't work.
Richard भाई, ये जो 11 है आपके सामने, again I'm going to say it, and you had alluded to it in our first episode as well. where he's kind of figured out कि इन बड़े गेम से मैं इतना कंट्रोल दिखा के मैं 1 पॉइंट निकाल लूँगा, दूसरी टीमों के साथ मैं खेल-खेल के मैं अपने पॉइंट्स पूरे ले लूँगा and he's calculated it in a way where he's saying the points table is in my favor. Okay, how bizarre it might sound that you're not getting a trophy, but the points table is in his favor with the number of points his team is winning. But then comes that one phase or 6 games, 7 games, and suddenly that calculation goes out of place, completely out of place. My point is, sir, अगर आप पूरे सीजन में ऐसे आप इतना कंट्रोल करके खेलते हो, then because you've not played the entire season where you're going for it in these big games, and then comes a phase because it hasn't worked for you, so you've got to go for it now, you seem all at sea.
I think largely, again, like you mentioned, the whole approach of being a bit too cautious, being craving control over the game is seen in the starting 11. And a lot of times there's no argument that just in terms of pure attacking and technical quality, there are better players on the bench who can play in those central positions than the ones that started.
Yeah.
And objectively, is there. I mean, his justification may have been that Rice has adapted himself into himself to a more attacking player. He regularly scores. Merino had an international hat-trick just coming into this game. Also, bol sakte hain. But point being that if you just look at the bench over there, there is for City, I mean, like just going by the last 2 or 3 games, where we to see they do have a bit more of a cautious approach. It will take a lot more to break them down. You need those players who play between the lines. You need those players who can receive the ball on the turn and then open out the play. The forward line, I don't think there was so much of a issue over there in terms of just breaking into spaces and finding feet of players who can create chaos in the final third. But in the midfield, where you need that glue between your build-up to getting into the opponent's half and then breaking down line, which City is getting increasingly good at, that really wasn't there. And leaning on Floyd's statement as well, कि अगर 9 मिनट आपने गोल खा लिया है, it also sets the agenda that you need to sort of show a lot more meaning and intent. If from the 9th minute the agenda is set that to win this game you need to now score 2 goals, that element of control also goes away and the frustration builds, right? Matlab, as a fan and thing, because you you spend, let's say, 89 minutes of the game watching your goal down, you constantly exposed to do a lot more.
But would you have wanted him to react a little earlier as opposed to in the last 45? I don't think so as well.
I mean, it also sets the agenda for City, right? I mean, they protect their lead. And I think kabhi kuch padha tha that Arsenal didn't have the first attempt till the 32nd minute.
सर उसके इर्द गिर्द सब खेल रहे थे, वो चला रहे थे, वहां चला रहे, फिर वहां पे शटर लग जाता था दिमाग में।
Interesting to adding to what Richard said. So now this is the other side of things. First of all, you can't argue looking at that bench that there's no squad depth. We are missing players through injury. We don't have players to replace like Asaka or something like that. You know, there's enough depth defensively, attack and in midfield for Arteta to go on and win trophies this season and seasons henceforth. The second thing was there was a very interesting comment from an Arsenal fan on Arsenal TV, I think, after the game. He said, what is the frustrating part? The biggest frustration about Arteta is about this game. It was possibly Pep's worst Manchester City team against Arteta's best Arsenal team. And yet, he was afraid to go for the win. And yet, he was afraid to play the likes of Eze in place of Trossard.
तो सर but you don't lose your colors ना सर, आप जितना भी आप उसमें आप प्रोटीन डाल दो, कुछ भी कर लो, इवेंचुअली अगर जिंदगी भर आप एक तरीके से चले हो तो आपकी चाल तो बदलेगी नहीं. You don't look
fine. That's right. Yeah, fine. Yeah, I would judge him at the end of the season. But adding to what Richard said, with all the things that Arteta is doing in games with respect to team selections, till at home, till the 30th minute, their XG was 0.0. Absolutely.
XG means chances created, basically.
Chances created was 0. So for all the possession that you have, you don't create a chance. You don't have a player to unlock that defense. And over the the phase of the entire season, these small things count. Drop points. Now, if you're not going to lose against the big teams, great. But it is against the smaller teams. Can you beat them on a regular basis? Can they do that on a regular basis? Because then that's going to be the defining factor within winning titles and finishing off the top spot. Because last season, I think they finished around 12 to 15 points off Liverpool, and that too after Liverpool kind of toned down their play after winning the title, well in advance. So how these are the occasions where you try to bridge that gap and take a risk. And it's very clear. Even I'm a Liverpool fan, but I would admit that even at Anfield, they had the upper hand. The Liverpool were there for the taking. And even after you see the Manchester City's approach prior to this game, you know that Manchester City is there for the taking.
Hmm.
But they didn't quite have the attacking combinations to unlock that defense until and unless, as soon as Saka and Eze came on that second half. I mean, I don't think Manchester City got out of their own half.
Yeah,
Most
Richard, the game. I was also following the game, and I tell you, this is a constant with me. जब मैं आर्सेनल खेलते हुए देख रहा हूँ, मैं बंद कर देता हूँ दरवाजे ताकि बच्चे ना सुन ले मैं क्या क्या बोल रहा हूँ, क्योंकि मैं सिर्फ फ्रस्ट्रेशन में, देखो अब बाल चले गए, ये हेयर कट नहीं हुआ है, ये तो गए हैं। कल रात को बाल गए हैं। बट द पॉइंट बीइंग, रिचर्ड, सी मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि हमारे पास इतना टैलेंट है बेंच पे। अगर आप देखो उस टैलेंट में से साका, यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड, अगर आप हैमस्ट्रिंग इंजरी से आ रहे हो एज अ कोच इन अ बिग गेम, यू डोंट वांट टू टेक दैट चांस। आपको शायद मेडिकल टीम ने भी बोला हो 40 मिनट खिलाओ, 45 मिनट खिलाओ, सो यू ईज हिम बैक इनटू द 11, ओके दैट्स फाइन। एजे इज द ओनली वन ओवर देयर, right? So the call is on Eze, and it's Eze when he came on, and what you said, that when he receives the ball, straight away he's moving into the attacking space. So he's taking you on, and those gaps are opening up because suddenly you're attracting people to yourself with that ball. And slow, you could see that the entire thing was opening up as soon as Eze came in. Would you have played Eze in that game? A guy who's just 3 games old, who's still new to the team, and you're playing a City team that is countering you like the way you are. And Eze has never been known to track back, has not been known to kind of play जो आराम से बैठ के आपको डिफेंसिवली वो solidity देगा। क्या आप Eze को खिलाते वहां पे? और अगर Eze फर्स्ट 45 मिनट से खेल रहा होता, would Arsenal have won this game then for you?
It's a big amount of predictions to lean on one change. I mean, one guy who's been playing, but
But everyone is doing it only on Eze. It's because of the display that Eze gave is why this discussion is happening.
Eze would have enjoyed a lot more time on the ball. So Guardiola also decided to be a lot more pragmatic. They weren't pressing like they usually do. Like even the physicality that City has traditionally shown in midfield, Eze को उतना time नहीं मिलता under a traditional Guardiola team.
हाँ, जब वो आया तो सब पीछे बैठे हुए थे।
हाँ, तो ऐसा भी लगा the impression or the perception of this player coming and being a changer, carrying the ball through, getting a lot more touches than the opponent's half. This comes with the context of what Guardiola was also doing. मतलब he started to look better. और दूसरी बात ये भी है, I think Floyd might agree, might not agree, but also players who are impact players or usually the ones who start, watching the game for the first 45 minutes, knowing exactly what's been exchanged in the halftime and knowing exactly what you need to do, that is to win the game, or you're chasing the game a goal down, that becomes amply clear to you कि करना क्या है. So as a situation में with a player of the quality, and you just look at I mean the whole transfer saga that went behind it, all of the qualities that people said this will be possibly the steal of the season, Tottenham के हाथ में छीन लिया, and all of that. This is a highly valued transfer asset also that Arsenal has got. Now how they deploy them, would they have won had they started or not? As in each change you make has a telling effect on the entire cohesion of the team as well.
100%.
So maybe the time wasn't right to start him up in such a high profile game. Time लगेगा अभी अगर if the 45 minutes that he was on the pitch is the impression to go with, then you can't take a guarantee he should start the next game.
I'm not the biggest fan of the guy as a coach. I'm sorry, guys. Since I'm not saying that I'm judging him as a tactician or anything, I'm not the biggest fan. Is when I watch his team playing football. Do you want me to still playing football? I made it pretty vocal in whichever episode that we guys do. But my point is, I kind of understand the guy where he says, look, if I'm giving 50% to going and scoring a goal, and I know his goal is going to get me all 3 points, I'm also giving 50% to protecting my goal. And that is pretty obvious in the way he sets up his team. कि मतलब अगर गोल मारने के लिए मैंने बंदे लगाए हैं तो पीछे रोकने के लिए भी मैं बंदे लगा रहा हूँ। ये नहीं कि बस भाई दुकान खोलो, पैराशूट खोलो, सब कूदो, बंजी जंप और देखी जाएगी उसके बाद क्या होगा।
But you're being kind by saying 50%, Arjun. You have a top goalkeeper
Yeah.
in Raya. Okay, your back four is essentially 4 centre backs playing. Julian Timber and Calafiori are essentially centre backs.
Yeah, but Timber
basically
gives you something going up, sir. Timber gives you something going up.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. There are 4 centre backs. Then you have Zubimendi and Rice. So you have practically 6 defensive players or defense-minded players who can kind of, hold the ship, hold the fort at the back and stop Manchester City from creating the chances that they create. Now, then you add Merino to it, where ideally I would like to see Eze play. I would like to see Eze play in a number 10 position. And maybe Madueke, if he starts on one wing, you play Martinelli on the other wing. Because in this game, it was evident that pace was more important. You could see every time that Trossard tried to go past Kushanov, and he went past Kushanov, he had a yard, but Kushanov had to get back. And yeah, so maybe a Martinelli there or maybe a Madueke there would help, the cause. But and this is going a little bit more into the depth of the play. You see Eze, for example, I may be a little bit harsh in saying this, but every club that he's played on, even if he plays for England, he needs protection.
Yeah.
If he plays for Crystal Palace, they play that back five shape because they need to protect a guy like Eze off the ball. When push comes to shove for an England game, Tuchel didn't start with Eze. He started with the likes of Rodgers. He started with the likes of Anthony Gordon. Players that can run, players that can recover, players that can play high intensity for a particular time. So in this, I'm sure that's on the back of the mind that if I play Eze on the left, maybe we'll be outrun on that wing. But you could play Eze in the number 10 position as he came on in the game. And credit to Arteta as well. He switched Martinelli to the right and Saka to the left with a clear aim that they need to play more direct balls behind for Martinelli to run. That's how he scored in the Champions League against Atletico Bilbao, and that's how he scored against Manchester City as well. So the only thing that we could say is, could he, in hindsight, could he have done it earlier? Could he have done it from the start of the game? And the answer is no. Because even in the post-match interview, he was very clear that this is the midfield that I felt was best suited for the game. Not just in Athletic Bilbao, but also against Manchester City without Odegaard. So now it goes to see whether he does that when he plays the likes of maybe Leeds or Nottingham Forest, whether these three play or whether Eze plays in the middle in the absence of Odegaard, whether Eze plays the number 10 position. Because that's when it's going to count. Those points, those drop points, you already see Liverpool have a 5-point gap at the top of the table at this stage of the season. What if they would have lost this game? Man City, would have been closer, but they would have been another couple of points, 7 points behind City Liverpool at this point, at this stage of the season. So that's what you need to think about. As the season goes on, these draws, that was a problem for them last season as well, are going to cause them a lot of issues later on when the deficit starts becoming bigger and bigger. And there the need for winning each and every game comes in.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. I also think you're putting a lot more pressure, is that when you're playing a Leeds United or when you're playing a Brentford or whoever you might be playing, that the intention is that you have to get 3 points. And at the back of your mind of every player, कि भाई 75वें मिनट हो गए हैं और यहाँ पे 1-1 चल रहा है, तो वो इतना प्रेशर आप बना रहे हो वहाँ पे, बिकॉज यू पुटिंग सो मच इनटू दैट बास्केट कि वो जो बास्केट है उसमें से सारे 3 अंक हमें अपने नाम कमाने हैं. बट रिचर्ड, दिस इज द लास्ट क्वेश्चन आई एम आस्किंग यू. हम जैसे, and हम बाय मीन पीपल आउटसाइड द गेम हु आर नॉट प्लेइंग दैट गेम, कितनी भी चर्चा कर ले, कितना भी फैन आके माइक के सामने रो ले, कितना भी ये कर ले, मैं डूब जाऊंगा, मैं वो कर लूंगा, भाई नहीं बदलने वाला. आप देख लिया, खड़ो है भाई. और अगला जो बड़ा मैच आएगा, चलो आपने ऑलरेडी लिवरपूल सिटी को खेल लिया है, अगली बारी आप सिटी को खेलोगे irrespective of what situation, and if you're thereabouts in the Premier League title race, you're 5 points down or you're 5 points up, भाई नहीं बदलने वाला.
मुझे नहीं लग रहा है सिचुएशन इतना ड्रामेटिक हो गया, बिल्कुल बदलेगा नहीं. आई मीन Floyd just named the next opponents that are coming up. But the fact is that they are chasing a 5-point deficit between them and the league leaders. So that will have a telling effect on how they approach the game. And the opponents also that have been lined up will give you the license to play in a certain way, that is to exert more.
No, I'm only talking big games. I'm talking big teams, title contenders के खिलाफ.
But now they'll be lined up, let's say, post-December, all of the, let's say, inter-title contender game.
The next one is against Newcastle. And
that's a good team. और सर वो high tempo team है सर, उनको देखने में मजा आता है बहुत.
Preparing for midweek, वो भी देखना है. But I'm saying,
हाँ.
I don't think इतना stubbornness ये सब रहेगा. अभी ये लोग गंदा खेल के भी अगर if they squeeze out a 1-0 win in the next 2-3 games, something about Liverpool is going, and it's not like Liverpool is bulletproof. मतलब वो सब कुछ होने के बावजूद plucking out these late winners, all of that, but they're getting. I mean, 15 points from 5 games is incredible, and but you also look at the nature of the wins.
हाँ.
I mean, it's entertaining, and over and above that, draw भी हो सकता था. I mean, like a lot of those conclusions also come into the picture. And far as Arteta goes, it's again look at it, 66% possession. I mean, they are whatever we spoke about, exerting control, playing football in the opponent's half. They are doing all of those things, which I said in the first episode as well. Matlab, for a neutral, if you look at if you read his press conferences, what he conveys and what you're seeing on the pitch, there's not so much of a mismatch.
पर भाई उसका फायदा क्या अगर आप लास्ट 1/4 में आप अनलॉक नहीं कर पा रहे लास्ट 1/4 में वो अनलॉक हो ही नहीं.
Yeah, matlab, that's your emotion as a fan comes to, but I'm just saying there's not so much of a disparity between what is being conveyed by him, both in terms of being extremely competitive and the sort of style of play that he wants to exert. वो दिख रहा है भाई, stats में दिख रहा है, field में दिख रहा है. अभी ये जो ट्रिक्स है कि एजे को डालना, इसको निकालना, फाइनल थर्ड में और कर पाते थे, that is something God knows we'll see it unlock, but it's not like he has been let's say disloyal to whatever he's conveyed. मतलब
Yeah, बता रहा हूँ.
simple लिखा नहीं है. In terms of just seeing the loyalty to the plan, they are in control. I mean, it's not like it's a chaotic team or they're clueless. They're very much in tune with what they convey.